Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Grace. This is the Musings Forum. You are in the right place. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're new, welcome. Welcome to the forum. Welcome to the gang. Welcome to the Musings Forum. Here we talk about everything and anything about life. So you're welcome. Your views are welcome as long as they are factual and they are based on the issues that we are discussing. If you are returning, you are the OG, I appreciate you. So if you enjoy the content at the end of the video, just give it a thumbs up, and that will just mean that you recommend this video to others and you agree that these are conversations that need to be heard by other people with more people. All right, you have read the topic. We have our notes today in soft, not in books. As usual, we do our research, so we are going to go straight into it. I don't know whether I'm supposed to be smiling for this video or not, but anyway, I don't know really, but let's just talk about it. We are talking about mental health and church. Yes, and church again. If you want to get most of my videos, always be sure to listen to my assumptions and my disclaimers, because then you will have a very easy time interacting with my content. If you don't do that, you will always think that I am fighting, I am bashing. No, I'm not. I'm here for conversations. My approach is very invitational. Come, let's talk. If I say something that you feel like it's fundamentally not correct, that you don't agree with, by all means reach out to me and let's speak about these things. All right, let's get to it. I will read some research about mental health, and the basis of this video is to just how we handle mental health issues as a congregation, as a church generally, or as Christians or as religious people. Some of the things I feel like that's not how they should be handled, and it is fundamentally wrong how we do it. Yeah. So I'm just gonna outline them because so I have some data here, and number one disclaimer is this: I'm not attacking you, and I'm not the first one to talk about it, maybe because I'm the first one you've interacted with. So just listen in and see if you can learn something. Also, if this is not content for you, you can just stop watching. So there is this data that I have, and stories of mental health is not only in church. There's a relationship between mental health and the society, mental health and the church. But today I choose to talk about how mental health is handled in church. So some statistics shows that I've just googled generally how is mental health viewed in Africa. And mental health is highly stigmatized, and there are not enough mental health facilities or resources for people. In Africa, the average number of psychiatrists is 0.05 to 100,000. Yeah? While in Europe, there's like 9 out of 100,000, the same figure. So you can see it's not like we are doing well, neither is anyone doing well. 9 to 100,000 is still small. I'll talk about also on average how many people in Africa suffer from general mental health issues, and this includes anxiety, depression, and small things that we think that are not mental, but they're actually mental. So in Africa, about 29.19 million, which is 9% of the 322 million of us, suffer from depression. And I'm not going to go into what depression is or what mental health issues are, because I am not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just someone who has experienced serious mental health issues, and I have had my relationship with the church and how it was handled. I have seen how people's mental health issues have been handled as well in church. So that's what I'm here to talk about. Just a message to help you see if you've experienced it, and if you are leading a congregation somewhere or leading a group somewhere of church or anything that is involving religion or religious houses. So I will start by asking this question: why is it that mental health issues are such a taboo? such a taboo topic among Christians. And I'm reading here, I read a research or a blog that I read somewhere that I totally agree with. Although each Christian individual is dealing with depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, or even PTSD, most of the people have a unique or personal reason why they have not sought help, especially from church or even out of. I believe it is a taboo topic. I don't know really why it is, but I feel like generally people don't like sharing their struggles, and therefore you will find most people who have these issues by not bipolar, depression, or even just general mental issues where you're feeling you're not okay, you're losing hope, you're feeling like you're a failure. All these things, I believe that they are taboos because, first of all, and not even in church, people will even shy away from sharing from their own friends or family. It's not just in church. So I feel like it is deep. Some of these things we believe, and they are actually deeply personal. And so you wonder if you share how that is going to be taken by whoever you share with. So I believe that's entirely why it is a taboo. But for the church, I believe there are other things that makes it even harder for people to share. So, because number one, I believe mental health has been shown or illustrated or being seen or as a weakness. It is not a sign of weakness. So usually in church, when maybe you share, and I have heard this a million times, and I'm sure you have, when you have a little thing here and you're not doing well mentally, you're usually told, just cheer up. You're told you need to be stronger. Be stronger. How do you tell someone who is broken inside, who needs help, to chin up, who needs help to be stronger? Already they are not even strong. Where will they get the stronger? This is the thing. Mental health issues are medical issues. They are not spiritual issues. They could result from spiritual issues, but they are not in self spiritual. They are medical issues. If you had a headache, of course you would pray that God heals you, but you would go to the chemist to get medicine. If you meet someone with diabetes, someone with whatever disease, you don't tell them be strong, chin up, cheer up, be stronger. No, you pray, of course, and then you take them to the hospital. This is the same approach that should be taken about mental health issues. These are medical issues, and you can go and do your research, and you can Google and find out all this information and talk to doctor friends around you and whatever. These things are medical. They are not spiritual. All right? And when I mean they are not spiritual, I mean that you cannot pray yourself out of your mental health issue. You cannot pray someone out of depression. You cannot pray someone out of bipolar disorder. You cannot pray. And I'm not saying that God cannot heal. That's totally besides the point, and you know it's totally besides the point. I'm just saying, the same way you say God heals, but the doctor has to do his work. I have heard that statement so much. So you still have to go and seek. You do what is humanly possible, and then God does the rest. Is it not what we say? We say we do the natural, God does the supernatural. It's the same thing with the mental health issues. If someone comes and tells you they feel like they are failing, they feel like they no longer believe in God, don't admonish them. Don't now start saying, grace amepotea. No. That could be, I'm not saying it is a mental health issue. That could be a sign that this person needs help. So instead of doing that, what you do or what we do, it is better for us to recognize it as an issue and find ways of resolving it. And ways of resolving it is seeking medical attention. Pray, seek medical attention. Pray, seek medical attention. So don't say, I said God cannot heal. God can heal anything, all right? But mental health is a medical issue. That person is not possessed. That's not a demon, all right? It is a medical issue. If I come and tell you my stomach is aching, is your first thought Grace is possessed? No. You would ask me things like, did you eat something bad? Is it food poisoning? What is it? Did you drink dirty water or something like that? You would seek to diagnose it as a disease. So I wonder, how is it that the first one, when we share about symptoms of mental health, then it is viewed as a demon or as giving up or something else other than medical, which it should be medical. The other thing is, you're told things like you should surrender your mental health to God. Hey. I have no issue with you surrendering your mental health to God. Please surrender it to God. The same way you will surrender your sickness or your whatever else, that if you're not feeling well or a loved one is not feeling well, yes, you surrender them to the Lord, but you seek medical attention. So we all need to know that things have changed, and the religion that was given to us, and I keep saying, and I'm not saying we change it, there are contemporary issues that we need to incorporate in how we deal with issues. In 1920s, I believe strongly that people still had mental health issues, but first there was no help really much, there was no diagnosis, and maybe during those times people were just like, chin up, be stronger. No. And this is why we have issues of so much suicide cases, because and so many people just feeling hopeless in church and in the society. It's because of some of these things. Like, yes, you surrender it to God, but find solution, find help. I really applaud churches that have already found it okay to have professional. Again, if you are a pastor, you are not automatically a counselor. And I'm saying this and it breaks my heart inside because I have had experiences. You are not a counselor. You are not a medical counselor. You are not a psychiatrist. You cannot diagnose mental health. Therefore, it is okay for you to pray for the person. But even some of these things that we say, like the ones that we have said here, chin up, surrender it to God, or other things that I will read here, we are told be stronger. Those are the last things a depressed person wants to hear. Those are the last things someone who has stress wants to hear. So when you are a pastor, yes, filled with the Holy Spirit and all that, but you're not medically trained to deal. The same way, if someone came and told you if they have a headache, you cannot go ahead and treat them because you're not a doctor. Same case, you're not a doctor. So I'm saying I applaud churches that have departments of medically trained counselors and psychiatrists to offer this service to their members. Kudos to that, and I wish everyone is able to do that. And how we are able to do these things is first being aware of them, and then out trying to incorporate them, and I am doing the work of the awareness. So I was saying, you're not a counselor, so refer people to the doctor. The other thing, my God, Jesus. The other thing we tell people who are depressed is, it is a punishment for their sins. I strongly believe that it is. Again, I will compare. If I get a mild, or even a disease, when you go to hospital, when, for instance, someone is admitted, you don't tell them that God is punishing them for their sins. You pray for them. You seek solutions for other diseases. So what I'm simply saying is, mental health is a disease. It's a medical issue. It is not a punishment for anyone's sin. And it's the last thing someone wants to hear. You correlating their sin with mental health, their sin with their struggle, their sin with their depression or with the struggles that they're having. There are other nuances like feeling or being seen as a disappointment. I mean, how can you be stressed? We serve a mighty living God. We serve a God that can take us from anything. So people hide these things because you don't want to be seen as someone who is disappointing this narrative of God is a mighty God. He can take us. No, we go through life. Every one of us, from the pastor to the last of the congregation, We go through life, we get stressed, we are troubled. And there's a whole research, you can go and look at it, that I read the other day. I think it was shared even by a few pastors. I think it was a big number. I don't want to misquote it, but it's something almost 40% of pastors themselves go through depression. They have felt, so the questions were, there were metrics there. They have felt alone, they have felt left out, they have wanted to give up. We are human before we are pastors, before we are doctors, before we are YouTubers like me. So you are not a disappointment, and no one is you're not a bad Christian for feeling low, for feeling defeated by life, for feeling stressed, for feeling you're struggling in your head. You are not a bad Christian. Every one of us, even Jesus himself, felt these things. He felt sorrow, he felt grief, he was sad. So you're not the only one, and the church needs to know that. Like, we need to stop telling people that because they serve a mighty living God, then they will not be able to, they will not feel sadness, they will not go through these things. You can pray for your issues, you can pray for your depression, but you still need to seek counseling. You need to share these things with a professional or someone that you think can help you. You are not broken in that way. Like, you're not a disappointment to the body of Christ. I do not believe you are. And if that's what you're preaching, then that's wrong. Okay, so I have talked about these things. I don't want this video to be big. I just want to hit it and finish, because I feel like I've held this so much in me. If you have your experiences, you can share with me. For those who share in my personal inbox, thank you so much. I see you, and I am doing this for you. I am making these issues be seen on your behalf. Thank you so much for always trusting me with your confessions, with your testimonies. I love you. And if you're going through something and you're watching this video right now, just know that you're not broken. Just know that there's nothing wrong with you. Just know that you can find help and you can have help, especially if you are in church. Don't let anyone tell you that you are a disappointment or all these things. If someone has told you to be stronger, no. It is the time that you are at your weakest. You are vulnerable. You need people to be there for you. You need, if you are able to, find a counselor, find someone that can help you. But in the same regard, of course, you can pray. I've not told you not to pray, but pray and seek help. The same way, if you have a common cold, you would still go buy cennts, but still come and pray and take the medicine. It's the same thing for the mental health. So having said all these things, what can we do? And what solutions am I offering or am I suggesting? If someone is going through something, it is not your business to offer them solutions. There is something that is called the ministry of presence. Be present, all right? Just come and be with the person. Mostly, ask the person what they need. Don't give a sermon, don't quote the Bible, or I have no issue with you quoting the Bible. Don't even quote Martin Luther or Barack Obama or Michelle or Oprah. Just be there, the ministry of presence. And sometimes all they need is just undivided attention for you to listen. Can we try that? Can we try that? And I feel like, and I will talk about this later in another video about toxic positivity. It can be toxic. You can have so much toxic positivity that it spoils the whole essence of being positive, especially in funerals. And when someone is going through grief, I don't want to get into there because I'm not an expert, but I remember there's a time I just shed tears, not because I was sad that my friend had lost someone. It's because of the things we were saying in the funeral. It's because of the things we were saying that evening. We are saying, oh, it is the will of God that this person has gone. If I come and told you you've lost maybe your spouse, your child, whatever, it is the will of God that they... What do you mean? And in the same breath, you're like, God loves you, but also it is the will of God that He has taken and He's causing you this trouble. I think something else that I missed to say in that regard is you saying that actually I mentioned it. Mental health is not a punishment. These things are not generally a punishment. They are not. And don't tell people that. Even if you think they are punishment, don't tell people that. Imagine you've lost someone and then someone comes and tells you, oh, it is the will of God. it was meant to be like that. Even things like it is well, it is not well. Maybe say things like it will be well, but this obsession of no, you have to say it is well, it is well, it is not. For that person, it is not well. At least not for that moment. It will be well. And if you can't say anything else, just keep quiet. Just go there, be with them, carry shopping, sit there, wash their house, whatever, go back. I don't think some of these things that we say, they hurt. They even add insult to the wound. So just go there, be present, ask them what they need. All right. The other thing you can do is don't take things personally. If this person is saying so if it is your brethren, but he's saying things like, oh, he's giving up in life, he doesn't want this thing and that, don't take it personally. It is a period of time that people are going through. Period of grief, period of sorrow, period of stress, periods of feeling anxiety and depression. Don't take things personally. People may want to actually avoid interaction. They will want to avoid interaction, maybe phone calls, maybe you text them, they won't come. They will avoid coming to church. Don't take it personally. Don't say dada ali backslide, ni kama anaacha hii mambo ya hii wokovu. No. Be able to understand that it's not personal and offer help. Be there, reach out, these things. And finally, so that you do not say, oh, Grace said that you should not pray. Pray for them. If you believe in God, pray for them. You can, the fact that you can't take note of this difference, you can't pray someone out of mental health. And you can't pray someone out of these things. You can join the believer in prayer, or you can join them in prayer, but seek help. I don't know how much I would say this. If someone was diagnosed with cancer, I know there are those who dramatically will say, oh, we are not going to the hospital, we are praying. But 99%, you need to seek help. Seek help. Help them seek help. Pray for them, but seek help. Mental health issues, stress and depression and all these things, they are not spiritual. You cannot restore someone out of it. You need to pray, yes. You need to seek help. And we need to talk about these things more. If your church is able, we need to incorporate the services of medical practitioners. And pastors, please just know that, and pastors and group leaders and all these things, you are not certified counselors. Even I myself, I don't feel like I can offer the kind of support that a medical person would have offered. I know some of these things are expensive. The counseling is expensive, but there are people who are available online. I'm sure there are resources. I am aware because I have used them, and they were free. For instance, I know a church, and I know CITAM. They usually have counselors. So you can reach out there and see if you get help. All right? So thank you for watching this short video. If you've liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Just give it a thumbs up. And, oh, my flower. And with that, I will end the video here. I hope the point is home. If you have issues or facts or anything that you want to talk about, let's talk about it in the comments section or in my inbox. Me, I'm okay. It's okay. It's okay. Come to my inbox, whatever it is, or at the YouTube page. Let's discuss. If you've not watched my video and you want to discuss, you cannot discuss something based on the title. Okay. So I won't discuss with you. If you've not watched my full length video, then what are we discussing? Because you will miss the point. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.